Hello there, and welcome to this video on breaking your brain for hand independence. The purpose of this video and the exercises is not about technical ability, it's about helping you get a glimpse of what it's like to become a spectator to your hands. And the benefit of this is that it's going to help you be more fluent in your repertoire and your technical exercises, and hopefully you'll have a lot more joy on your piano journey because you won't be stumbling so much. And you'll be able to do more complicated things that you perhaps didn't think you were able to do. So think of this video and philosophy as a way of reprogramming your mind to get used to your hands doing different things without your brain consciously jumping between the two. You're just going to see the whole piano with these 10 fingers doing whatever they have to do, and that's really going to help you to just observe what's happening without getting involved, enhance your fluency, enhance your joy, hopefully, and even improve your abilities. So as always, likes, comments, subscriptions are always welcome. Have a look at my books, blog, Patreon, podcasts, and new playlists. All the links are in the description box below, along with some other goodies related to this video. Timestamps are also in the comments. So we're going to use single fingers and octaves in both hands. We're going to use major scale shapes and the chromatic scale. So the first one is about playing different notes, different numbers of notes in each hand. Some of these I may make them look quite easy, but they're not necessarily, but it's only going to take you seconds or minutes to be able to do them yourself, not years, just seconds or minutes. So the first one is this. Let's start with 3 notes in the right and 2 in the left. And you'll want to repeat these exercises until you reach that semi-meditative state of being an observer to what's happening and feeling that there's no conscious interference. It's hard to explain, you have to experience it yourself, and that's why I'm making this video, to help you get there. So let's use any fingers. Let's just say middle 3 fingers on the right hand, and I'll do it like this. And in the left hand I'll use maybe middle and index, and we're going to do this. And you want to get to the point where you're able to do this without really thinking about it. A bit like me right now, I'm just talking, there's no conscious interference, I haven't played a wrong note, and it's just coming out because I'm a spectator. I'm watching it happen, I'm not getting involved. And we can now switch that. Let's just play middle 3 fingers on the left hand, and we'll use maybe thumb and index on the right hand, and we'll try it here. The problem is that the left hand wants to copy what the right hand does, and the right hand wants to copy what the left hand does, and you get into a big muddle. But you need to get to a point in your mind where you're looking down. This is the only way I can explain it. You're looking down in your mind at the lower part of your mind, negatively speaking, which wants to get involved. And what's the left hand doing? What's the right hand doing? And make sure the fingers are doing everything together and all the timing is correct. But there is a place in your mind too where you are watching that happen. The throne of spectatorship, let's call it. And that's why I'm trying to help you sort of climb the ladder and get to there. These might seem like little exercises, but they're so powerful. You're creating a foundation, you're reprogramming your mind to be a spectator and to achieve more complicated things on the piano, have a greater fluency, a lot quicker than you may have imagined. Maybe you didn't even think it was possible, but now it will be. So that's a nice one. Let's just push it up a bit and do 4 in the right, 3 in the left. So I'll use all the fingers bar the thumb on the right hand, and on the left I'll use the middle 3 fingers. Let's just jump up to the key of F even. So a bit of a weird one there. Maybe I'll use the first 4 fingers for the key of F. Cool. So we're doing it like this. Now my left hand might want to follow the right may want to follow the left, and I'm talking. But eventually you get to this point where it just happens on its own. And you're not thinking about what fingers are doing what. And again, we can switch that. So let's move to an easier key. Let's just say a key of D, like this. And then the right hand can do 3. So like, okay. And it really is about repetition. Don't just do it once and think that's enough, because it isn't. You have to do it, and just watch that level of conscious interference go down, down, down. It's very, very interesting. So let's just go up another level and try with octaves, and we'll do something with the chromatic scale. This one's quite fun. The idea is that for every 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 notes in either hand, the other one moves one. So for example, let's just do this very, very simply. We can do it together, right hand octave, and you can do it ascending or descending. So let's just start very simply. We'll go chromatically at the same time. That's very easy to do, right? And even going down. That's a nice starting point. It's symmetrical, but nothing on the piano is symmetrical. The hands are always doing different things. So let's now take it up a level, and every time the right hand does 2 notes, the left hand moves 1. Eventually you're going to separate, or the hands will join together, so do it as long as you can. So this time I might go now. You can see why that's more difficult, because you're not playing exactly the same notes. Sometimes you're playing white with black, sometimes black with white. It's all confusing, but that's the point. It's difficult if you're going to be looking at what the left hand's doing, what the right hand's doing. Just get to that point where you're not thinking. It's very, very easy. Close your eyes. It helps a lot. So let's reverse that. Let's do octaves in the left and single notes in the right. But this time I'll do 3 notes in the right, for example. And you can do this with 1 finger or natural fingering. So let's add an. I don't want to do every option because it will take about 2 hours. But I'll just mix and match. This time I'll do it with just my index finger, and every 3 notes I'll play a bass note. So like 1, 2, 3, bass 2, 3, bass 2, 3, bass 2, 3, like this. So you need the precision of the octave and the concentration, until there's no concentration, of playing different notes at different times. Let's try a descending one this time. Let's do Let's do descending octave first, then I'll do descending octave in the right hand. So descending octave left hand. I'll start on starting on different notes is another thing to do. So let's start even on the A flat, and the right hand can start on the B. No, there's no reason. I'm just picking out notes at random. So this time I might go every 4 notes. I'll play a bass until I run out of space. So let's maybe open the space a bit. We'll do an A here and maybe an E up here. And then we cross over, and that's fine. So that's a nice one. Now let's do it differently. Let the left hand run away. The right hand's doing octaves. We'll go from D flat. I'm on a D flat up here. And I'll start on maybe an E up here. And let's say, let's do it 3 times. So let's do it on 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, like this. So note, octave, note, octave, note, octave. Well, that isn't as easy as it may look, but the point is, again, you're going to get to that point of being a spectator to your hands and watching it happen. So, and again, you can use single fingers. Let me just do this one ascending without octaves. So you might just go every 2 notes in the left, you move 1 in the right. Like this. So you want to mix and match and try different things. So you've got octaves, ascending, descending, different note values. That's quite a fun thing to do. Now, another one involves chords. Now, you can personalize this depending on what kind of chords you know. It might just be major and minor triads. You might put in the major 7, C7, dominant 7, minor 7, minor major 7, 6th, minor 6, whole diminished, half diminished, 7 with an augmented, the raised 5th. Lots of different chords. I think I said half diminished, didn't I? It's maybe a suspended 4, sus4, maybe a sus2 triad. All different possibilities. But the point is that you're going to play different chords with both hands, but in as many different ways and timings as possible. Because again, this isn't about the technical aspect, it's about the mental aspect. So it's not about speed, and it's not about fluency and all these quick things. It's just about repetition and getting to the point of just watching it happen. I can't say that enough. So let's do something, maybe going around the cycle of fourths, and that maybe the right hand plays a major 7 chord and the left hand plays, let me do it even more easier than that for you. We'll start with the right hand does a major triad and the left hand does a minor triad, but in a fourth apart. So left hand's playing minor, I think I said, and the right hand's going to be upper fourth on F playing a major. So you can do the same thing. You're going to do movement like this, and you might only move like this, for example. You can put the octave in if you want. Maybe that's better because you get 4 fingers instead of 3 working. And then you might alternate, major in the left, minor in the right. Don't worry about the sound, it's not about that. Maybe you can mix and match them now. Let me do it again. So there you go. And again, repetition, alternating between the two. Let's do a different chord type. Major 7 in the right hand, dominant 7 in the left hand, a fourth apart. But maybe this time we'll do the right hand one as octaves, and we'll do the left hand one as single notes. But maybe, how can we do this? Maybe let's do 2 notes in the right, maybe do 3 notes in the right for every 1 in the left. But I don't know why I'm playing a D there. So that's actually quite a challenging thing to do. Now let's switch. Let's do the left hand, maybe doing octaves. We're pushing it a bit further now. Do a C7 in the left hand, while the right hand's doing individual right hand major 7. And let's do it. How did we do it last time? We did it. Okay, so let's this time go every 2. So maybe we'll go. You see what I'm doing? Just mixing and matching different things. Different timings, octaves or single finger. So to be honest, that's all I really wanted to share with you. It doesn't need to be a long video. I want you to just take the concept and personalize it. You could do something with only black notes and white notes. You can do different chord progressions. You can do different little groups of chromatic phrases. Let me try share one more with you, and then I'll close the video at about 15 minutes. There's a favourite technical exercise which I've talked about in past videos from my List Technical Exercise book, and it's where you play just with any 2 fingers and you do like this, and that can be with all the finger combinations. And that's a good exercise to do in itself chromatically and with the major scales, and of course with the left hand as well. It doesn't matter what fingers you're doing because it doesn't matter. Every hand, every finger is the same. And the idea is to do that while maybe with octaves you're moving up chromatically, so that's quite a challenging one to do, but again it's a point where you want to get to the point of watching it happen without thinking so much. So I'll just do it, just see what happens, but the idea is to maybe go, we can do it, let's just try with 1 first. So it would be something like, so the left hand is kind of following what the right hand is doing. So that's quite nice. And then we could do that maybe on every 2. So on there, here, here, here. So that's a bit more brain power in the beginning, but again, it's a nice fun one to do to get to that point of conscious interference reduction. So that would be something like. Like that. It's a bit of fun, and you could do that descending as well. I won't go through all of them, but that's not going to be too hard to do either. So there's a nice one to do as well. I'll also put a link to the List Technical description, to the List Technical exercises in the description box, because that's a great book full of wonderful ideas. So I hope that you've got something from this video. The general principle, again, is to be doing different things with each hand, different numbers of notes in different hands, but on a basis of repetition, so that you can experience what it's like to watch your fingers doing something. And again, you can even create your own little melodies, your own little ostinato basses. And I've just reminded myself of something. I said 15 minutes. Would you perhaps just give me 1 more minute of your time? I had the idea when I was planning this video to show you something which was honestly the first thing I ever learned on the piano when I was maybe 5 or 6 years old. I can remember being in a school classroom when I was very, very young, and this is before I even wanted to learn to play the piano. I just somehow learnt it. I don't remember even who taught me it. Oh yes, I do. I remember her name. Nice memories. So she taught me how to play Do Re Mi, the famous song from The Sound of Music. Just going up, up, C. Like that. I honestly haven't played that for about, how long would that be? 30 years? I mean, I'm being serious. So, but she gave me a nice ostinato, and I was just thinking that I wanted to put in this video that, like, to share my absolutely first ever thing on the piano, which is actually quite complicated, to be honest, but somehow I was able to do it, and it's to play the Do Re Mi with this ostinato. So it's the middle is a root, and then you're just playing the fifth on the outside of it. And then I realized that I could make that into a little technical exercise, and that you can personalize that, and you can do a major scale with that, which is kind of fun, in any key. And you could even double the speed, so something like so you go like 1, 2, 3, 4. How would I do that? I had the idea of doing it, I hadn't practiced it. Oh, you'd have to go down like that to get the timing. Let me just play it really slowly, and you'll have to go a semitone below. Look. To get back onto F, I just realised that when I was doing it. So that's a bit of fun. See? So you can take that ostinato and get your major scales in as well, all chromatically. It's quite fun, isn't it? That's really great. So why not play that piece? So I'm going to play it for you, and then I'll close the video, and hopefully you'll benefit for eons to come. So. F, D major scale there, E major scale, A minor, F, G, C, and then you start again, maybe do it in octaves. So we can do something like that. That's a bit of fun to do, but you can make your own ostinato pattern, even just using maybe 3 and 5 with the 1, like that. Go to minor, and do something in the right hand, and maybe even try. I don't want to do it in this video because I don't want to make a fool of myself. But I'm sure with a bit of practice, with a few seconds or a few minutes of doing it, you can get the pattern down in the right hand, and do it with the left hand doing the major scale there. That was a cautionary attempt, but with a couple of minutes of doing that, it would come very fluently. My point is, it takes minutes and seconds, not years. Don't listen to people that tell you it takes years to play the piano, because it doesn't, and they don't know what they're talking about. So I hope that video has been of use to you, as always. Likes, comments, subscriptions always welcome. Have a look at my books, blog, Patreon, podcast, new playlists, and I'll see you in the next video. All the best, and bye for now.